Sydney Craighart, CEO of Smart Simple Marketing. And as we all continue to navigate through this health crisis that we have been presented with, we are, of course, looking for strategies and insights that will help us to be successful and stay positive and stay productive. And so I wanted to pass forward a life lesson that was shared with me at a very young age that has been very helpful, and I think it'll be helpful for you too. When I was growing up, if I was in the company of my parents or my grandmother, I was literally never allowed to say the word can't. If one of the three of them heard me say that, I can't do this or I can't do that, they would literally stop me in my tracks and say, you need to take can't out of your vocabulary. What is this going on that you are trying to figure out? And they would listen, and then we would talk about it, and then they would send me off to figure out a solution. And if I had a dime for every time my mom said, okay, Sydney, that's fine, but you need to figure out how to work through that and get done what you need to get done. I was literally raised with this mentality of taking can't out of your vocabulary. My brother and I were actually not even really allowed to say that word. And because of that, it has helped me to, when I'm facing an obstacle or a challenge, to not get mired in that challenge, but to deal with what's in front of me and start immediately looking for solutions. How can I go around this challenge? How can I step over this problem? What can I do to keep moving forward towards what it is I'm trying to accomplish? And that mindset is particularly helpful right now when we're facing a situation that is unprecedented, that none of us have ever been in, and that there's a lot of uncertainty around. So I'm sharing this with you because there are a lot of things in your life that you can't control right now. We're all in the same boat in that regard. But that being the case, we still have a lot of things that we can do. And I want to encourage you to take action on the things that you can do. So here's a couple of practical tips for what that can look like. One of the first things you can do is you can choose how to spend your time every day. So it's really a smart idea not to spend hours and hours scrolling through social media and the news and trying to get the latest updates. Of course, we want to stay abreast of what's happening and stay connected to updates that we need to know about, but it's not a good use of our time, nor is it healthy emotionally and mentally just to get sucked into the media frenzy that's happening right now. So choose how you're spending your time and choose to spend it wisely. The second thing that you can do is really improve your self care. Now, you may be a person who already has a self care routine. You may be a person that has been meaning to start one. You may be a person that knows nothing about that. Either way, your self care is really, really important right now. Taking advantage of the opportunity perhaps to get more rest. A lot of us are working from home and we don't have to commute anymore. So invest that time in your self care. Cook healthful meals for yourself. Try to sit a few minutes every day and just be with stillness and quietness and mindfulness to rest your mind. Whatever you can do to improve your self care, if it's essential oils, if it's starting a new skincare routine, if it's, stretching at the end of the day, there's things with or without cost you can do to take better care of you so you are physically and emotionally and mentally better prepared to deal with the circumstances that we're facing. And three, another third thing that you can do with regards to your profession, whether you are employed by a corporation or a small business owner like myself, either way, you're facing a lot of challenges, and you can choose to get help and support. You can choose to pivot and start a new business model or change how you've been offering your services or reach out to a different audience. There's always a pivot that can be made. So that's one of the beauties of us being intelligent human beings is that we can reason and think through and come up with solutions. So don't get mired in this is how we used to do things and I have to make all these changes, etc. We've just got to roll with it, and we've got to look for what we can do and what we can be positive about and ways we can still be productive. And we can do that by asking for help, by being open-minded to new ideas, and by just putting one foot in front of the other and taking consistent action. So that mindset around taking can't out of your vocabulary is really, really powerful. It has served me very well throughout my life, and I am passing forward the knowledge of my grandmother and both of my amazing parents, thanking them for that lesson and sharing it with you in hopes that it will support you as well. I hope you have a positive and a productive day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.